How's it going, everyone? I'm your host, the Carolina Collector. Before I begin, thank you for helping this channel to break 200 subscribers. Here's to the next 100, 200, 300. The sky's the limit. But thank you guys for helping me accomplish that. With that being said, if you like what you see, you like what you hear, you'd help the channel to grow by subscribing to the channel, smashing that like button, and of course commenting in the comments section below. So it seems I stirred the pot when it came to two particular cards that are here on my ottoman. I'm actually separating a bunch of Mitchell & Ness lids cards. I've already filmed this video. It's actually going to be a two-parter because I opened up 35 packs of the Mitchell & Ness Topps Chrome cards. And as you can see, I got a lot of doubles, triples, and quadruples there. And without my even knowing it, I actually, in one sit-down, completed another 50-card set. These are all the base cards from that set. All 50 of them. So, who would have thought I would have been able to sit down in one day and complete another set? And what I mean by another set, I've actually completed technically 3 of these, but this is the second one from my PC. So in this box here, and I think I talked about this in the previous video I had, that's the original set that I completed when I first started collecting these. Yeah, there's the Adley Rushman up on top and whatnot. And yeah, that's the original 50. But yesterday, when I did that video, which I will be uploading, I guess, later today, maybe I'll even put it off to tomorrow because I have 10 more packs of them cards coming. I didn't believe I completed a second set. Technically a third, because I sold one on eBay, but there's another set just for me. So who would have thought? But yeah, a lot of these I'm going to clean up and prep up. To probably resell on eBay. Maybe I might put together a third set. And you guys pretty much recognize the slabs I talked about. And, I mentioned these in that video of me ripping all them packs. And I'm kind of jumping the gun here. And there's a reason why. Because of the controversy that these two cards right here stirred up. And I want to say 95% of you were on the same page with me. And we are all in agreement. And then there were 1 or 2 people in there that were whining and moaning. And everybody's entitled to their opinion. But let's get one thing straight. And believe me, I understand what gatekeeping is all about. There are gatekeepers out there when it comes to gaming or collecting games. Pat the NES punk calls them out constantly. You got gatekeepers and cosplay like the 501st Legion in particular in my former home of New York City, Empire City Garrison, and you got Saber Guild Empire Temple. I'm not going to disparage the Northeast Remnant because I think those guys are some of the greatest human beings I've ever met. But unfortunately in ECG, you had gatekeepers that run a shadow government over, or at least they did at that time, where they threw me under the bus to protect their precious free tickets, free entrance into comic book conventions, free tickets to sports events, free tickets, free. And because I spoke up about the mistreatment that I received due to how can I put this, a headstrong, arrogant security guard who took it upon himself to rifle through my stuff when they were told not to, and after I spent over $1,000 of my own personal funds to get that convention going, and was, in my opinion, one of the greatest accomplishments I ever did, especially since we were trying to raise money for whatever foundation it was we were trying to raise money for. But I got thrown under the bus because the security guard broke my helmet, and because I spoke up against it, the guy started a fight with me. And they all threw me under the bus to protect their free tickets and free entrances, into these conventions. But of course, as you all know, if you follow the news lightly, we all know what Disney's about today. Disney's about protecting, diddlers, perverts, pedophiles, child predators, and sex perverts that love to wear leather Elmer Fudd costumes that beat themselves with broomsticks. You know what I mean? Those types. That they would take a glass bottle and put it in their orifices, the freak shows with the rainbow hair and the purple hair, the it, what, who pronoun people. That's what Disney's all about these days. God bless Governor DeSantis for getting rid of the Reedy Creek district, by the way, even though he was an epic fail for this presidential election. I don't want to get into politics, but today, you got to try to be careful what you're dealing with out there, especially when it comes to these. Well, now Star Wars is part of Disney. You don't know what's under the hood. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, I know what it's like to be thrown under the bus by people that are gatekeepers, and unfortunately, everything today has been taken over by gatekeepers and people that think they own a hobby. First off, with all these cards I got, and right here is just the beginning of my PC. This is my first box that I put together when it comes to my PC. Eventually, I want to have these graded, but for right now, I'm very happy to have the cards I have, And, I collect what I collect. You guys or gals collect what you collect. You spend your money on what you want to spend your money on. I'm very happy with my collection. It's a small, modest collection, but there's a lot of cards I still got to go through yet. And some I'll give away to the neighborhood kids, some I'll sell on eBay. The rest are going to be for my PC. So, and again, I'm happy to have a second set of Mitchell & Ness cards, a complete set. And I could probably put together a third set if I really went at it, but it's my money, and it's my stuff. And if I buy things for me, well, unless you pay my rent, or if you watch the short that I did, and I'm going to pan the camera up here a little bit, you're going to see right there, that shelf right there, that's where all my extra cards are I haven't gone through yet. And over there is the steam cleaner. If you watch the short with me steaming the carpet, that short actually got over 1,000 views already. That's weird, But anyway, it's my money, my stuff. Unless you want to clean my carpet, you want to come over here and clean my toilet, and clean my kitchen counter or put food in my refrigerator. Don't worry about what I do with my stuff. I created this channel for me to enjoy and for me to express myself and to talk about the things I like. But when it came to these two cards right here, which stirred up all that controversy, I want to say 90 to 95% of you were all on the same page with me. And a little update, as a matter of fact, Topps actually, I sent them the links to the two videos I uploaded. And they did respond. They're actually looking into it. They told me, I believe the gentleman's name is Greg. If I'm not mistaken, Mr. Greg, if you're watching this, again, it's not to disparage Topps. I'm not putting you guys down, but, again, I firmly believe, and I have to agree, that this was not a fair exchange. And to the one or two people that were talking about, well, it's a psychotic pursuit to chase down these cards and the perfect openings, the perfect rips, the perfect box breaks, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about what people do. Do I think it's a little ridiculous that people go out of their way to specifically look for parallels and autographs? Yeah, I do. Because a lot of guys are investing a ton of money into just collecting the parallels. Even in the video that I'm going to upload with me ripping all these packs to get another complete set, I'm happy I got nothing but base cards. This is a second set, technically a third, because I sold one off, but I'm keeping these two now for my PC. And now I have the potential to put together a third. There's a Gunnar Henderson, there's a Corbin Carroll, there's a Shohei Ohtani, there's an Adley Rutschman, all base cards. Oh well, did I get any parallels in this? I'll even mention it in that video. It's already done. It's edited and put together. But I say, hey, it's the first time I've opened up these packs. I haven't got any parallels. At this point, that's all I'm chasing. And, oh well, it didn't happen. But then look at the cards I pulled. Shohei Ohtani, Adley Rutschmans. I got a couple Jordan Walkers in there and some Riley Greens. I mean, yeah, check it out. Again, full transparency. There you go. 1, 2. There's a Riley Green, another one, 3. You know what I mean? And some of these I'll give to the neighborhood kids, and the rest I'm just going to sell on eBay, and make them available and, get some money back. I might not get all my money back, but hey, I got 2 complete sets of these cards now. So, and I had a good time doing it. I have the funds to do it. I have disposable income. And hey, if I want to rip open 1,000 packs, that's my business. You know what I mean? But you got gatekeepers out there that think, feel, and believe that they have the authority or the right to tell people what to do with their stuff. If I want to light these on fire, I can light these on fire right now. That's my choice. My money, my stuff. But when it comes to sports card collecting, and many of you voiced this, and I'm with you guys, man, and I gave it some thought. I had a good think about this, that this was not a fair exchange. And I agree. Try to imagine if I sent this in, my 1010 Bauman Platinum, and it came back like an 8.8 or something like that. And you look at it and they send it in, and then they send me back a Jeremy Pena, like what's up there. That's not a fair exchange. In any sports card trade, the trade must be fair and beneficial to both. And in this case, and many of you called it out, and I agree, this was not a fair exchange for a Corbin Carroll Rookie of the Year. So, pardon me. But you got gatekeepers out there that actually think they are the utmost authority as to how the hobby should be, how the hobby could be, because a lot of people don't have much in their lives. I'm sorry to say, just like a lot of these Star Wars people I used to know. Now, I'm not disparaging all of them, but again, there's a handful of them that are out there who are gatekeepers, who have taken total control of a hobby that rightfully belongs to everyone, not just a select group of people that, quite frankly, are social nitwits and losers that would be instantly beat up in the high school handball court. You know, the dorks, the nerds, the geeks, the socially awkward, you know, those types, the overweight people, you know, people that aren't cute, that aren't handsome, that would never get a girlfriend or never be in a relationship, that, you know, they play Magic the Gathering, you know what I mean? It gets to a point where, like, these people, once they get their grubby little crypt keeper hands on things, they immediately ruin it for everybody else. You know, what people do with their stuff is their business and their prerogative. And if I feel like throwing all this stuff out right now in the trash, I can. And people would be like, oh, you spent all that money. Well, it's my money. I could do what I want. I could do everything and anything that I so please. And if people don't like it, that's just too bad. But when I see people in there, you know, accusing certain card collectors, I mean, you know, listen, man, you're entitled to your opinion. I'm not going to disparage people for their opinion when it comes to certain things. But it gets to a point where, like, when you're judging people, calling them psychotic, that they're looking for the perfect pull or something like that. Well, listen, man, that's the nature of card collecting today. If you didn't want people to go out of their way to look for parallels like this, and you guys have seen the parallels here. I pulled these on camera for you guys. All right? Blame Topps for coming out with numbered parallels and autographs and all these different colored cards. Let me see. I'm going to go into my PC here. Here, like, here, I'll pull these out at random. Excuse me. Yeah, steam cleaning my carpet. My God, man, it just made my throat itch. So here we go. Here are my two Jackson Holidays from Bauman Chrome. One's a true green out of 99. The other one's a Mojo, green Mojo out of 99. This is the nature of collecting now, unfortunately, with all these parallels that are in there. And unfortunately, you know, and I will agree to a point that, yes, collecting cards when it comes to parallels, especially in the 2023 Chrome set, when it came to one ball player in particular, and I'm going to see if I can dig them up in here to try to save time. I already showed it on camera, but let's see if I can find them quickly. It should be in the middle of the box. Okay, here we go. One baseball player in particular, especially when it comes to Topps Chrome 2023, has pretty much ruined it, and that is Corbin Carroll. Here's his out of 99 logo fractor, and here's his base auto. And you know how many different versions of this card alone there are, including Topps Update? You know, how many different versions of this card are there? You know, you have base refractors out of 99, and you got them out of 75, out of 50, out of 25, out of 5. I mean, it's out of control. So in that instance, yes, I agree, because things like this do tend to sour cards like that or that, like the Shohei Ohtani and the Adley Rutschman, the base cards. Yeah, it does kind of ruin it a little bit, because now here you are, if you're a guy that is looking for a premium baseball card, who's looking for some kind of value, if you're that type of guy, even this Gunnar Henderson right here. Here, I've got I'll show you guys right now to compare. There you go. That's my orange out of 25 Gunnar Henderson that I had graded. And here's the base card. Which one would you rather have? If you're looking for value, of course you're going to want the out of 25. But that's the nature of the game now. If you're going to complain about, people looking for perfect pools, then Topps and all these other baseball card companies, including their subsidiary Bauman, etc., they need to stop making refractors and parallels. And then nobody will complain anymore. And then we'll be back to old-fashioned inserts and straight-up base cards like it used to be back in the days. So don't complain. When guys are out there having a good time like myself, hey, I'm happy with my slabs. I sold off a bunch of slabs. You guys saw the Shohei Ohtani Orange 7 I had. I sold it off. Because I didn't, I felt that, if I'm going to get a Shohei Ohtani that's a premium card and a premium parallel, I want the best parallel I can get if I'm looking for value in that particular card. And as you all know, Shohei Ohtani, anything that has his name attached to it is going to be gold. You know what I mean? But at the same time, here I am with a base set of the Mitchell & Ness, a second set, and with all of these, I could probably put together a third set if I tried. The point is that nobody makes the rules. Nobody has any right to impose rules on another collector. What people do with their stuff and what they do with their money, that's their prerogative, and no one has any right to tell anyone what they should and should not do with their stuff. It's like the cough, the virus, the kung flu, the yin ya cough, the Ho Chi Minh sickness. Okay, nobody had a right to force people to put things on their face. Nobody has a right. I'm sorry. I'm not going to lie. I'm more libertarian than conservative. But when it comes to certain issues, man, unless, a woman's in trouble if she's been, got to be family friendly here. If she has been forcibly made to give of her body, I'll leave it at that to keep it family friendly. And unfortunately, if she gets pregnant, well, I'm all for, what. Also, if it's medically viable, like if the mom is sick and laying in bed and she's about to pass away and, the pregnancy needs to be terminated, yes, I support the termination of a child in that case. Or if there's some sort of genetic testing, if your child is going to be potentially born with some sort of physical deformity or whatever it may be, in that case, yes, terminate. So I'm for it for those three cases. After that, I think you should have personal responsibility and use contraception. And just don't go buck wild, Again, I want to be family friendly here. You don't want to be like a group of rabbits doing the hunka chunka. You got to have self-control and personal responsibility and be adult enough to use contraception to just, openly give of yourself. And again, I know I'm sounding vague here, but I want to keep the channel family friendly, But in those cases, yeah, I'm not going to tell people what to go do with themselves. It's the same thing like, if people get tattoos. Again, when it comes to, and I know I make fun of certain groups of people out there, but at the end of the day, as long as they're not hurting me and they're not trying to push their crap on me, you do what you want, man. You leave me alone, I leave you alone. You go in your corner, I go in mine. But people today have the audacity to try to infringe their crap on other people. This is why I dropped out of politics in a lot of ways over the past year or two. Especially after what I saw on TV last night. I'm glad I stay away from politics now because it's madness. It's a psychosis, man. Because people aren't willing to sit at the table to make things right with our society, but instead they want to keep us fighting with each other, and that's the huge problem, is no one's willing to sit at the table and talk. But with that being said, no one is a gatekeeper. No one should be a gatekeeper. I see a lot of guys, I'm not going to mention the YouTube channels. I think there's 3 of them now. But it's all the same content creators. They all sit at the round table. And they've turned this into the stock market. Do I like that? No, because what happens is now it encourages people to go out and actually artificially raise the prices on some of these cards. Like that Gunnar Henderson Orange, I bought that secondhand on eBay. And thank God I paid the price for it. I was able to talk the guy down a little bit because there's a couple of them that are on there for what, $300? There's some on there that are on there for $500. Where are these guys getting these prices from? There's some guy that has a red Corbin Carroll, like the one that I had, for $3,500. Where's this guy getting this price from? First, he's got no feedbacks. Second, no one in their right mind is going to pay $3,500 for an ungraded Corbin Carroll. I could see paying $900 for an out of 5 Shohei Ohtani. I did see a Bauman Chrome Red Mojo out of 5 sell for, I think, I could be wrong here. I think it's sold for what, $600, $700 or something like that, ungraded. And that I can see. But, you know, when it gets turned into the stock market, you know, Shohei Ohtani is a hot ticket. And you got a lot of collectors that want his cards. And it's just the nature of the beast. And I think that's where a lot of this bitterness comes from certain people that were commenting in the comment section. It's the nature of the beast. It's the nature of card collecting. Do I like extravagant prices on cards? No. But what are you going to do? Tell people that have Mickey Mantle rookies to just lower their prices to make you happy because you can't afford one? Hey, I'd love to have a Mickey Mantle rookie, but it's just not meant for me to be. So if I get some premium cards, let's just say if this was, I don't know, I'll make up anything. Well, actually, I have one. Aaron Judge is in there. Here, I got lucky to even get one red. I got lucky to even get one red. I am so content to have an Adley Rutschman. But I'm not going out there breaking my hump to try to hunt down, you know, any more of these. If I get them, I get them. In the video, I said, hey, let's see if we get any refractors. There's really nothing else I can get out of this set. But we'll see. Let's see what happens. And I didn't get anything except for completing another 50-card set. So I'm happy with that. And these are great cards. You know, you got Anthony Volpe in there. You got, you know, your usual suspects. Jordan Walker, Riley Green, Adley Rutschman, Corbin Carroll, Shohei Ohtani. You know, you got Juan Soto in there, you know, who's doing great. I just wish Jackson Holiday was in this set, but he's not. But anyway, or Jason Dominguez. I wish he was in that set. I got plenty of them in there. So, but I'm just saying, guys, you know, look, at the end of the day, people are going to do what they do with their cards. They're going to treat their cards how they treat their cards. They're going to do box breaks how they're going to do box breaks. You know, I've said this even with the draft pick set that I'm happy with the cards I got. I got lucky. I found 2 Panini football boxes, you know, and then look what I pulled, a Puka Lukua, you know. It's like, I'm happy. I got one of the top cards in the set, and it was a refractor. So that's it. Should I go out of my way to get more? No. Here, the only time I've gone out of my way to go get cards is with C.J. Stroud. I wanted those red ice refractors, and I bought them. I bought them for cheap because I wanted them, and because I didn't want to go out of my way. Let's just say here, it's what, $30 for a box, and you don't know what you're going to get. So why not pay $30 for a single card? See, that's what you call using logic. If you're going to chase down certain cards, you might as well just buy singles of them. But in this case, you know, I want to see how far I can take it with this set. That's my choice. I can do that. So if I am chasing parallels, you want to accuse me of, you know, being a clout hunter or whatever, so be it. Hey, I'm still having a good time. It's still my money. I'm still going to put these out, you know, back on eBay when I have a chance. Maybe today I might start listing. I'm waiting for some more Type 1s to come in some penny sleeves because I completely ran out of penny sleeves. And because I sleeved up all of these guys here and added some cards on my PC, because I took some base cards from here, added them to my PC just to have them, because I just might grade them, because I do have a Corbin Carroll out of 10 that I did already have. Where are you? Ah, here he is. There you go. It's not a refractor. It's a base rookie. And I'm happy with it. I know I don't have that orange anymore, but hey, I'm still going to talk about it. Topps responded. Thank you, Mr. Greg, I believe that's your name, for responding to that video and to my emails. And they're going to look into it. So for you guys that are frustrated that you got cards that are damaged and stuff, take a chance. Do like what I did. I emailed them. It was very cordial. I took screen captures and said, hey, listen, I got this issue. I'm sure they watched them 2 videos I uploaded about it, and they did respond. They said it's gonna take 3 to 4 weeks for them to, offer, some consideration to, what I wrote to them and what they saw in those videos and whatnot. And hey, you never know. You never know until you try. There's a word that people don't like to use anymore because everybody thinks they're going to succeed the first time. That's not how life works. Again, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. With the things I've had to fight for against my former home of New York City and New York State as a 9/11 recovery worker, volunteer, first responder, however the public views us, it's what the court has us in the system as, what the court has decided what we are, how they label us. The court of public opinion to me doesn't really matter. It's what's legally feasible and what's legally binding. So I've had to fight many years to get what I have. And now I've got disposable income. And if I feel like doing this, spending my money on all this stuff, well, that's my prerogative. With that being said, for the 95% of you that agree that this was not a fair trade or a fair exchange, I'm with you. I'm with you all the way, 100%. Am I out there chasing for parallels? Hey, if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. When I opened up them 35 packs and got all of these doubles, triples, and quadruples, I ended up getting a complete 50 card set, a second 50 card set. And I'm happy with this. I didn't get any parallels and impulse. I'll tell you right now, spoiler alert, I might not even upload that video now. Spoiler alert, no parallels, no nothing. I got another complete set, and I got a whole bunch of Adley Rushmans, and you just saw the doubles and triples I got. Gatekeepers need to stop gatekeeping and telling people what to do and how things should be and shouldn't be. That's not your decision. A majority of people are on my side with this. It was not a fair exchange. It's like if I was sitting there with a bunch of grown men at a table trading baseball cards. You know, you got to make the trade fair for both parties. And that is really the heart of all of this. Trading away a rare card that was of bad quality, that is a pretty significant card for two cards that will never reach the level of something like this. That's the point. And that's what it's all about. Has nothing to do about chasing things. Even though in some videos, I'll say, we're looking for parallels, we're looking for that, we're looking for this. Of course, because that's what these sets are all about now. All of these card sets today got chase cards, parallels, inserts, blah, 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 autographs. I pulled some autographs. I showed you guys already. My Corbin Carroll auto. I pulled what, 2 Panini autos recently? That I'm not going to start digging through my, my box here, my PC box. But there's autos in there. I'm not going to, geez, I don't know if I'm going to grab them. But, there's the Jackson Holiday. I don't know if there's any autos in this batch. I just grabbed this randomly. But, there's some decent cards in there. You got some parallels and base rookies. There's a Bryce Young base rookie. I don't care if it's a parallel. It's a Bryce Young, for God's sakes. Who cares? There's a C.J. Stroud base rookie I pulled. All right? It's two of them. It's like, who cares? I'm quite content with the cards I got. And if I get parallels, if I want to chase down certain cards and buy singles, that's my business. And if people, enjoy that sort of thing and enjoy their content, well, live and let live, man. I can't stand gatekeepers. And I can't stand when people think they know something that's a little bit better than someone else. Let people do with their collections what they want to do. If I buy these just to resell these, well, so be it. If there's some neighborhood kids here, there's a lot of young kids here, like my buddy's son, who's a sports card collector. I give him a whole bunch of my doubles and triples and stuff like that. I don't even ask for anything because, they're little kids. And it's good for the bigger guys, the adults and the dads, when we all get together, shoot down a couple beers and we're all hanging out. And, they say, Uncle Wally, you want to trade some cards? Of course I won't trade kids' cards. I'll give them the cards. I'm not going to trade little kids' baseball cards. I think that's like very ghoulish. But that's what I use these cards for. Some of them I give away to the neighborhood kids. I'll give them to my buddy's little boy. And there's a couple C.J. Strouds in there that I have that I'm going to send off to SGC. I've already given him graded cards. Perfect 10s. I've had, 3 Corbin Carrolls from this set? And I gave him one, and I sold one on eBay. Anyway, guys, I'm getting tired of talking about this. Live and let live, man. If I want to have a good time and spend my money on this sort of thing, and if I want to talk about an issue that you guys, a majority of you, were clearly displeased with, well, that's the name of the game, and that's why channels like this exist. Sometimes good conversation will bring good results for people that might not be happy with what they got. The fair exchange of free ideas and free information is what it's all about, people. And I don't think that there are people out there that understand that. Until next time, take care, everyone. Goodbye.